know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really numb with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Know I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we got part 2 of the Weekend League recap. In part 1, we covered the first 10 games. Our record currently stands at 8-2. And in part 2 today, we're going over games 11 through 17. To be honest, 8-2 through the first 10 is not something I'm particularly proud of. I feel like we could have done a lot better. So hopefully going into these games, we pick it up. Now, as always, before we get in the games, we're going to go over the best and the worst comment of the day. The best comment of the day coming from MoneyMac232, who said, "My wife has double or nothing. We're having twins." Congrats, bro. The worst comment of the day coming from Channing Bryan, who said, "Even though May's barber has reached for it, his hairline still came up about a yard short on 4th down." Come on, man. Is it that bad? Now checking in with the team, nothing has changed. We did, however, replace Derek Carr with Dan Marino. The reason for that is Dan Marino's set feet lead actually works. Derek Carr, there's some glitch, and the set feet lead ability doesn't activate on him. But the defense is exactly the same, and other than Derek Carr, the offense is the same as well. We are still in the Raiders playbook and 4-6 alternate defense. We're 8-2 through our first 10 games, and going into game 11, if you guys already watched my Madden Academy, you'd know game 11, 12, and 13 we have already posted on the channel. So for these games, I'm just going to be showing the highlights, meaning the big plays and interceptions and stuff like that. So starting off in this first game, we get Calico deep down the middle on a seam route, just beat his man, and the user wasn't fast enough to get there, giving us an early touchdown, 7-0 taking the lead. Then in the second half, my opponent gets absolutely nailed by Derwin James. Pause, and we recover the fumble already in field goal range. From there, it's just a nice little lob pass to Reggie Bush. And I think because Reggie Bush has route tech, that's the reason he was able to beat Deion Sanders. But route tech on Reggie Bush is 4 AP, so I'm actually, after this Weekend League, taking off route tech, and I'm going to figure out a new way to spread out those ability points. On to game 12. We got the victory in the last one. Our record now 9-2. And we're going against the Buccaneers. He's got Brett Favre in the pocket, so I'm expecting that gunslinger to give us a little trouble. We get him in a 4th and 5, and he gets a lot of time, able to find a receiver on what looked like a broken play, which puts him in field goal range. So I think we should have got a turnover on downs, but he ends up finding the receiver, getting 3 points on the board for the first scores of the game. Then on our first drive, we get in the flats of Cooks, and a nice little stop and go, gets loose and gets open. And every time I stop and go, I just want to give a shout out to all the haters who always shit on me and say my stop and go is trash. That one was for you, baby. 3rd and 3 on our next drive. We sent a little bit of a man blitz, and he found a corner route. Reggie Wayne with route tech just burned Rod Woodson, I think it was. But I can't really be mad about that because anytime a player has route tech, they're probably going to get open against man coverage on a lot of different routes. So I can't be mad about that one. Just got to remember not to send a man blitz like that again. On our next offensive drive, we followed up with an interception. So we were kind of in control of this game, but it quickly turned on its head, and now we're down 10 points with 20 seconds left in the first half. Thankfully, we get the ball at half, so as long as we can do something here with this remaining time, and we find Calico on a deep crosser, a nice lob pass from Dan Marino gets us in field goal range at the end of the half. We're able to kick 3 and make it a 1-possession game. Then on our drive in the second half, we drive all the way down the field, and at the end of the third quarter, find Brandon Cooks in the back of the end zone to tie the game up. So just like that, we overcome the 10-point deficit, and then followed up with an interception from Jamal Adams, who takes it down the sideline, and only Brett Favre is there to make a tackle, but he's just not fast enough, and we take a lead. So we've got 17 unanswered points, and we end up closing out the game with a Dan Marino rushing touchdown. So now our record 10-2, a little bit better. We're going on a bit of a win streak here after those L's, heading into game 13. Once again, I've already showed this game, so we are just going to be doing the highlights. Starting out on the defensive side of the ball, my opponent has the ball with Randall Cunningham. He's driving down. Nothing is open. He ends up throwing it right at my user. We don't animate, but the ball bounces off his receiver's hands and then back into ours. So we get the interception anyway, and then Dan Marino with that set feet lead ability, able to squeeze that pass in there against the cover 3, and Calico off to the races for the first touchdown of the game. My opponent follows it up with a nice drive of his own, gets 3 points. So now we have a 4-point lead with 1:30 left in the first half, and we get the ball to start the second half. And then on top of that, we score another touchdown. So we're up 14-3, and then as time runs out in the first half, my opponent cuts it to 14-6. Fast forward a little bit, the score is now 6-17 as we end the third quarter, and my opponent finds a nice post over the middle. Steve Smith Sr. making like 3 dudes miss, taking it for a 60-yard touchdown. And then at the end of the game, 14-17, we're up 3 points, and Michael Vick on the QB draw seals that one out. So the record goes from 8-2 to now 11-2, and things are looking a little bit nicer. And now we're heading to the games you guys haven't seen. So going into game 14, my opponent's got 95 Sam Mills, 95 DRC, and I actually didn't even see the last one. But it doesn't matter because I know we're going to take the dub. Starting out on the defensive side of the ball, he gets a throw out of sack, but the throw out of sack helped him because I think he would have thrown an interception if that was a good throw, because that guy was completely covered. But we followed up getting a sack, and it was a 0-yard sack, but a sack nonetheless. It brings up a 2nd and 10 where he finds a tight little window to Metcalf and fits the ball in there to get inside the 10-yard line. And from there, he tries to throw an RPO, which really wasn't that smart because I had zones over there. Deion Sanders able to jump up and intercept the ball, take it 100 yards back the other way for a touchdown. So what could have been a touchdown for my opponent turns into a touchdown for me. That's a 14-point swing. And in a Madden game that's already shorter than a real football game, that is incredibly big. So now back to the defensive side of the ball. My opponent finds a slant route, getting a first down, hopefully trying to fight back from what just happened to him. And then he follows it up with another slant route, which looked open in his defense. I think it looked open, but Nnamdi Asomugha able to make up lost ground as if he had one step ahead and get the interception. From there, 2nd and 12, we bomb him over the top with Calico on the deep post. We had a little play action in there, which brought down the user and enabled that to get open over the top. And after that, my opponent conceded the game, giving us the victory. Now 12-2 going into the next game. And like I said, guys, on a little bit of a winning streak here. We had a rough start in the beginning, but we're doing good now. And as we get into our next game, our opponent had a very similar top 3 to us, but we got a disconnect while loading in. I was afraid I was going to get the loss, but it gave me the victory. So now we're 13-2, another victory under our belt heading into the next one. And something I was thinking in the last game, and something I've noticed that you guys may have also noticed, is that everyone's top 3s right now looks exactly the same. It's always Deion Sanders, DRC, Sam Mills. You see the same names over and over again. So it's like everybody's got a God squad nowadays. But starting off this game, we're starting off the offensive side of the ball, and we get a beautiful touchdown run with Michael Vick. And I want to show you this stop and go again. Once again, shout out to all the haters. We had 4 guys trailing us, 1 guy coming over the top. No way we score there. But the beautiful stop and go makes it happen. So a great way to start the game with a highlight reel like that. My opponent doesn't let us celebrate for long, though, because he finds a deep post over the top. Metcalf toasts Deion Sanders. And in this game, I realized Deion Sanders getting toasted time and time again. So Deion Sanders always gets toasted for me. Oh, what's that? Another stop and go? That was hot, man. That was hot. As I was kind of shitting on Deion Sanders, he does that. But let's take another look at that in slow-mo. Shout out to all the haters once again. And guys, I think it's about time we give my stick work a little bit of respect. It's come a long way. I might not be the best yet, but I've definitely come a long way. 1st and 10 now, trucking with Bo Jackson, getting out in the open field. Something else I've noticed that's pretty good this year is just trucking, like air trucking and regular trucking. They both work fantastically. DK Metcalf getting open in the back of the end zone, and a great ball for Michael Vick to get that 7 points right there. My opponent now back on offense on 3rd and 10, converts the pass to Reggie Bush out of the backfield. Reggie Bush probably the best receiving back right now, and also one of the best ways to beat man coverage. Then he hits us with a cover 3 beater. So anytime they beat man coverage that easily, I tend to assume that they know what they're doing. So now it's about to get a little bit more sweaty. 14-14 tie game as time winds down in the first half. Michael Vick with an empty backfield, looking again over the top. This time it's Brandon Cooks on a post route and barely beating Deion Sanders, but beating him nonetheless and getting us a touchdown to give us the lead once again. 7-point lead now, 21-14 with 45 seconds left in the first half. And another cover 3 beater, this time to the other side of the field, but a cover 3 beater once again. So in my head, I'm like, you know what? I just got to get out of cover 3. Then with 40 seconds left, we have an opportunity to get some points. I thought I had a man-beating route on the field. Might have been better if I lobbed that ball, but we end up throwing an interception and giving him another 3 points. So that was just a sloppy mistake on my end. I was going for glory there, trying to get a touchdown at the end of half, but we end up throwing an interception and giving up 3. So now back on defense in the second half. We've had trouble getting stops. We haven't really been able to get off the field yet. My offense has been kind of carrying us, but in the second half, that's what we need to do. 3rd and 19, we played great defense once again and get another sack, bring up a 4th and long where he punts the ball to us. And now 3rd and 5, we have the ball inside his territory at the 39-yard line. The QB drop from Michael Vick gets us to the 25 and gets us in field goal range officially, but we're not settling for 3. We got Calico over the middle on a post, beats Deion Sanders once again. So on offense and defense, Deion Sanders is just a weak link. So now back on the defensive side of the ball, we're up 4 points now. My opponent finds Reggie Bush on what really should have been an interception. He just threw it when my user was already over there, but it just got lucky and happened to fall into the right place. 1st and 10, he follows it up with a pass right at DRC, who just gets mossed by Claypool, the rookie. So DRC not able to make a play for us there, and we end up giving up 7, which is not good. Now down 3 points at the end of the 3rd quarter. We find Metcalf on the crossing route near the sideline, gets a solid chunk of yardage. Now cross midfield at the 40. Dan Marino dropping back to pass. Calico wide open, toes his man, but Dan just sailed it over his head, putting us in a bad position. Now we're in a 4th and 14. The 2-minute warning has hit, and we're out of field goal range, and nothing is open. We force a pass, but it falls incomplete, and we're unable to convert and have a turnover on downs. So now with 2 minutes to go, it's his ball, and we're a little bit screwed here because all he's got to do is really run out the clock because he's already got the 3-point lead. So he's got a 2nd and 3, 1:20 left in the game, and Reggie Bush falls forward for another 1st down. So now we start burning our timeouts, and we cannot afford to give up another 1st down or this game is over. Josh Allen rolls out and throws it, and guess who's there to make a play? Deion Sanders. I've been kind of talking shit about Deion for a while, but he comes up with a really big play there on 1st down. Now 3rd and 8, he goes with a pass again. Over the middle, Metcalf is open, and I really think he got cheated there. Let's take another look. He throws it. It says accurate, and the computer just like swerved in and out of range, and it sails over his head, bringing up a 4th down. So we did get bailed there. My opponent got cheated very bad. 4th and 8, we sent the blitz. Denzel Ward off the edge hits the quarterback as he throws, giving us a turnover on down, and now an opportunity to come down and tie the game or win it. My opponent running only man coverage. Bo Jackson thought he was open, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Man coverage again. Nothing's open. We throw the drag, and Metcalf gets bagged again. So now 4th and 10. We cannot beat this man coverage. We got like 5 man-beating routes on the field, and we're going to have to find one of them to convert here. We see a little bit of a slant, a beautiful ball from Vic, and a diving catch from Calico to convert and give us the 1st down we needed. Now, with the QB draw, we are in field goal range. That is all we needed. With 30 seconds left, though, we could go down and get more and win this. We see a crosser, and it's Calico. Looks like Calico goes up and over Deion Sanders' heads, aggressive catches it, and we hurry up. We only got 20 seconds left, now 10 after the runoff, but he ends up calling a timeout because he was in dollar, so we can't capitalize and run the ball in. But 1st and goal, we got no timeouts. We go with a pass, and we get in a high pass, aggressive catch from Darren Waller in the back. You're going to look, he thought I was running the draw for sure, and we end up able to find Darren Waller in the back of the end zone. And that sealed the game for us. Look at that face. I was very happy, man. I put my balls to the walls, and we went for a risky play at the end there. And we end up converting and getting the touchdown. So now 14-2 heading into game 17. This is going to be the last one of the video, and we've been on a big win streak. I think we have 6 games in a row or something like that. But a big win streak nonetheless, so looking to continue that. Starting out on the defensive side of the ball, a 3rd and 2, and my opponent gets wide open. Guess who's getting burned? Back to getting burned is Deion Sanders. Thankfully, Deion's able to run down and make the tackle and save the touchdown because that's really important because we can play good red zone D. And guess what? We played some good red zone D. It is Derwin James with the user lurk. And I forgot to mention that this guy's actually a top 100 ranked player and qualified for clubs. So he's currently playing for clubs. I would consider this guy a pro player. I've never actually seen him or talked to him or anything, but this is a good opponent. So it's great to get a turnover when you can against a good opponent. We followed up with a great run from Bo Jackson, who juked a guy out. I never really expected to see Bo Jackson using a juke instead of a truck, but it ends up leading to 7 points. So starting out 7-0, and we get ball in the second half. So 1:30 left in the 1st quarter. Brett Favre finds a great read on the sideline, toe tapping on a crossing route to get a solid gain. And then a post over the middle. We're running some man coverage. We're kind of mixing between man and zone, and there's all these tight little windows that he's finding, and Richard Seymour just not fast enough to keep up with Reggie Bush there. And that was kind of my fault for getting stuck on my D tackle. So tied up 7-7. We go back to Bo Jackson, and we're doing a pretty good job on the ground running the ball. He's been blitzing me when I'm in shotgun, so that's kind of been why I've been running the ball a little bit more because I don't always do so well against the blitz. And honestly, when the run game's working this well, I'd be kind of dumb to go away from it. So our drive ends up stalling out around the 20-yard line. We get 3 points out of it, so we still have a 3-point lead, but it's a 2-minute warning hit. We're running this man coverage, and again, just Deion Sanders is just so close, but not close enough, and we end up giving up another touchdown because of it. And so I kind of said I need to stop running man coverage because I keep giving up big scores, and zone coverage, that never really happens. Even if they're beating my zone, it's usually not for one-play touchdowns. But we followed up with a lob to Calico, a throw out of sack, and cheat the piss out of my opponent. I'm sure he was pissed, and he's running man coverage, so we have a double move on the left. This should be beating man every time. He's got inside leverage. We throw it up. but of course not. Denzel Ward sticking to a double move like glue. I was really surprised by that. I don't really think that should have been an interception. Double moves should really beat man coverage just about every time. But that gives my opponent the ball back, and with 10 seconds left in the first half, he has an opportunity to get a field goal. We got screwed out of an interception right there. That would have given us a field goal and made the game a little bit closer. But now we go into the second half, down 4. It's our opportunity now to go down and score 7. So we get a nice catch from Calico. Now in a 4th and 4. Got to convert here or we're going to be in a bad spot. We see the slant route a little bit late, but Calico's able to dive and get the catch now at the 25-yard line. And we're going back to this play action. PA tight end leak, our favorite play from Madden 20. And I threw the post just so late. That was just a bad read by me. That was completely my fault. It might have been open if I threw it earlier, but I think his user also could have got there if I threw it too early. So bad mistake by me. Now down 4, his ball. We send a huge blitz just out of reach of our user. I really think that should have been a user lurk, but instead it's a gain of like 40 for my opponent. Taylor Mays, I think if I have Acrobat on him, and again, we're just hitting picks away. They don't want to catch picks. This is a really crucial play, and he just doesn't want to catch picks. He ends up throwing it again to DRC. This time, DRC jumping up and getting the perfect timing user pick. That is the turnover we needed. That keeps us in this game, keeps us alive. So now down 4, our ball. Bo Jackson on the dive. Gets a little bit to the outside. Gets loose, gets into the open field. But for some reason, he's got like 95 speed. He gets run down by like everyone on their team. I don't know if he was tired or what the deal was, but on 3rd and goal now, 2 minutes to go in the game, Michael Vick shugs off a hit stick and then reaches across the goal line to give us a go-ahead touchdown. So now we're up 3 with 2 minutes left in the game. He throws a duck. We got 2 guys there. Don't get the interception. It's okay, though. We cheated him worse than he's cheating us. But 2-minute warning now. His 2-minute offense on the field. Darren Waller getting him a first down. Now dropping back with Favre once again. And he's got Reggie Bush out of the backfield. And I'm telling you guys, Reggie Bush is a freaking problem. And my goal here, you know, even if we give up 3, we take this game to overtime, I just don't want to give up 7 and get the loss. So once again, he's throwing to Reggie Bush, who does a little Michael Jackson dive for it, reach for it move over the first down for another first down. Now 2nd and 2. He's just out of field goal range. We end up getting a sack, which brings up a 3rd and 6. And he needs a few yards to get a field goal. So he's out of field goal range. Brett Favre, though, finds Harrison on a drag. And that was, you know, I just got quick hiked. He kept quick hiking me in this 2-minute O. And I wasn't really able to set up my defense the way I wanted to. And so with that, he gets his 3 points now in overtime. We get the ball to start in overtime, and I take a shot. We got a man-beating route. It wasn't really open, but I was just trying to end the game quick. We end up going right back to the same play, and again, nothing's really open. We try to hit the crosser over the top, but just a bad read by me. And I don't know what was going through my head, but 1st down, we took a shot. 2nd down, we took a shot. 3rd down, we took a shot. We had triangle wide open, but it's an accurate throw, and Cooks just out of reach. I don't know. It said accurate throw. He was open. He had a step. But I don't know. And then on 4th down, we take another shot. This time he covers the crosser. So I go back to the deep post. Same throw, a little bit underthrown. I should have thrown that as a bullet pass, and I think I would have connected. But with that, that really gives us the L because I just turned the ball over on downs. He's already in field goal range. He just, you know, basically ran the ball 3 times and kicked his 3 points. And that gives us the L. So our win streak is now officially ruined by stupid play by me. We had every opportunity in the world, and I completely squandered it by, in overtime, taking 4 shots in a row. Use me as a lesson. If you ever make it to overtime or you're in a hell game, play the slow game. It's not good to do shot after shot after shot. I took the L strictly because I didn't play patient enough. So our record now standing at 14-3 in games 18 to 25, as well as my Weekend League rewards will be posted tomorrow. So if you guys are looking forward to that and enjoy this series, please leave a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And boys, I'll be seeing you very soon.